Hello and welcome to Social Work 501, Human Behavior and the Social Environment. This is Dr. Benavides. I am the instructor for this course, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the course itself as well as the major assignments for the course. So this is not your first class in our program, so you hopefully are familiar with the layout of our Canvas course pages, but I do want to just highlight a few important pages and the modules and things like that that'll help you get more comfortable with this course and the expectations for this particular course. So if you click on the modules link on the left side of the Canvas course page, you will come to a page with all of the modules. And the very first module is the welcome. Your journey begins here, and it has some information to help you become familiar with Canvas. It has a Canvas overview, as well as providing the information for tech support for Canvas. Tech support for Canvas is available 24/7, and you can email them. Here is their email link, or you can call them toll-free at this number. If you have any issues uploading assignments, being able to view my comments, being able to access the course itself, anything of that nature, anything that is like tech related regarding Canvas, I encourage you to contact them at these either on their email or on the toll-free number. So coming back to the modules page, there is some course information, an overview about the course, as well as a little bit of information about me, about your instructor. I also uploaded a introduction video to myself. So if you have, and that is in the week 1 module. If you have not already seen that, I encourage you to do so. And then here is where I discuss expectations for the course. So just really quickly, important to know that you're going to probably spend between 9 to 12 hours per week on this course, and that includes doing the readings, watching the videos, and completing assignments. So it is expected that you read or watch all the learning activities, that you actively participate in any discussion boards, and complete all assignments throughout the duration of this course, okay? So very important. There will also be quizzes in this course as well. Writing expectations is that you use APA format and making sure that you use the newest APA edition, which is a 7th edition. If you need any additional resources on APA, if you click here, it'll take you to some resources that the library has on APA. And there is a writing center that Widener has that you are able to access for assistance with writing any papers or assistance with APA. There's also APA workshops that are offered by the Widener Library, by Jill Boren, who is the social work librarian at the Widener Library. So there's a lot of resources to help you with APA. So major projects and assignments, of course, as in your other courses, there are weekly discussions. For the most part, all initial posts, unless stated otherwise, are due on the Thursday of the week in which they are assigned, and responses to those discussion boards are due on the Sunday in which they are assigned. Very important to always look at the specific instructions for each discussion post or discussion post requirement, because there might be different instructions, such as some might be respond to one classmates. Some might be respond to 2 classmates. Some might have specific things that you're expected to address in the post. Not reading the assignment instructions or guidelines could result in losing points if you don't complete that discussion post per assignment guidelines. There's going to be 3 concept quizzes, one in week 2, one in week 3, and one in week 4. These are due at the end of the week in which they are assigned. So week 2 would be due the Sunday of week 2, and so on and so forth. There is an older adult oral video presentation, and it begins with completing an older adult interview. You must obtain signed written consent from the individual that you're going to interview, and I'm going to talk about this assignment in more detail. There's the next step is to complete a annotated bibliography, and in week 1 there is a annotated bibliography practice that you're to do. This will help you if you've never done an annotated bibliography. There's resources in the readings for week 1 on how to complete an annotated bibliography, and there is a practice that you're going to do in week 1 that'll help you become familiar with the annotated and how to complete an annotated bibliography, because by week 5 you will be completing, you will be asked to review a certain number of journal articles and complete an annotated bibliography on them. And then do the Sunday of week 6 is the actual older adult oral video presentation, which I will be discussing in more detail soon. So as you can see, like in other modules, you have weekly, or in other courses, excuse me, on Canvas, you have weekly modules. This is week 1. Each week will have different sections. So in this section, there's going to be the information that you are required to read and or watch. So if you click on here, it'll take you to the requirements for the week. So for week 1 introduction, there's some information on human behavior in the social environment, okay? And the topics that we will be discussing this week, the learning objectives and the summary of learning activities, right? So things that you're supposed to read or watch. Make sure that you have the correct textbook for the course. All right. And then you'll see an engage section, which will have the discussions for this week. So for week 1, there is 3 discussions and 1 assignment. Now, the annotated bibliography practice is the same as the week 1 discussion. You're just being asked to upload it in 2 different places. And as you can see, week 2 looks similar, and week 3, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now I'm going to come back up to the assignments. So as I mentioned, there's 3 concept quizzes, weeks 2, 3, and 4. And you can find each of the concept quizzes in the module in which they are, in the weekly module in which they are assigned. So for instance, here's the week 2 concept quiz. So I'll just show you this one really quickly. Each concept quiz has 2 questions. You are to respond to each question completely. Please make sure that you read the guidelines. For example, each question, the response to each question must be a minimum of 750 words and a maximum of 1,000 words per question. Not total together, but per question. So, really important, because you will lose points if you don't meet that requirement. submit. Make sure to submit your responses in a Word document, which you would then upload to the spot in the week 2 module where it says submit your week 2 concept quiz. So all of the concept quizzes for week 2, week 3, week 4 both have questions like this that you are expected to answer. You're welcome to use your books, your textbook for the course, and any of the readings or resources that are part of the course that are available to you in this course in Canvas to help you complete the concept quiz. Okay, so as we've talked about, we have the weekly discussion posts, the concept quizzes that are due the Sundays of week 2, 3, and 4, and then there is an older adult interview, which I'm going to discuss next. So the first part of this assignment is to complete an interview with an individual of at least 65 years of age or older. It could be a client, past or present, or someone that you know, preferably not a family member, but if you don't have anybody else, then that would be fine. You want to interview this person for approximately 45 minutes to 1 hour using, just trying to find out from them about their life. And there are some questions here that will guide you in this interview process. So you want to know about important episodes, events that they recall from a particular developmental life stage. So it can be adolescence for them. It can be their young adulthood, middle adulthood. It could be their childhood. But it's an adult over 65 years of age who you are going to interview them about one particular stage in their life. Okay. And so they're going to really talk about this stage in their life. All right, what was important to them during this time? What issues were they working on? How did they feel during this stage of life? What did they want most during this stage of life? And so on and so forth. So you can read the questions yourself. You can feel free to add additional questions if you like that might be more pertinent to your particular individual that you will be interviewing. You must obtain written informed consent. And if you click on this link, there is a consent form. You are required to get the individual's signature. It must be a signed paper, or if you cannot get it signed in person, then you could do an electronic signature, but it must be a verified electronic signature. There's 2 more components to the older adult assignment. And, and next is the older adult annotated bibliography. You are going to be asked to do an annotated bibliography on articles that you have found that could apply to your particular older adult interviewee. You are going to, using Erikson's psychosocial framework, choose one of the developmental stages that you discussed at length with your interviewee and locate, using Widener's library electronic databases, at least 4 scholarly peer-reviewed journal articles related to that developmental stage and create an annotated bibliography of these articles. As I said, in week 1, you're going to do a practice of this. And so there's some, more information here on the assignment and information on guidelines for it. I will be discussing this in follow-up videos throughout the course. I will be discussing these assignment guidelines more as we go throughout the course. And finally, at the end of week 6, you're going to be turning in a presentation, a video presentation of your older adult interviewee or interview. This does not mean that you're going to be uploading the actual interview. You're not going to upload the actual interview, but rather you're going to do a presentation based on your interview and you would use this template. I will discuss this more in more detail in further videos.